is doing blessed. I'm doing. If this is your first time stopping by my church, love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, just thank you so much for the love and support that y'all are constantly giving me, even when I haven't made videos for that day. Is truly a blessing to me on all levels. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the video is very uplifting, gives you good vibes or good inspirations that you would truly love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath, um, that are going through trying times at the moment and needs confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. And thank you so much for the love and support. It's so greatly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music that I'm listening to, excuse me, y'all, is called Positive Aura Cleanse. Powerful, what, physical, emotional, and spiritual healing chakra music, and I will post that link in the description box below. It's so crazy. I was working out. Oops, shoot, I don't know, turned up too loud. Um, I was working out and I felt like a huge energy shift, and it like knocked all my power out today again. I haven't had that happen to me in a while. But yeah, I don't know what's going on today. But anyway, my video that I'm doing is called When Others Block You or Reject You, You're Unaware That They Blessed You. And that is so true. When I first started my spiritual awakening, when I say I was going through it, I was going through it. I was in a toxic but blessed relationship. It's like I seen the red flags all the time, but I was just thinking, with the love that I have, if I keep showing them I love them like that, then our relationship will get better. And, everything goes on for a reason. I connect with people and they're like, Roslynn, I'm going through a midst of divorce, or, me and my partner from, whatever, is no longer together. And it's just like, and sometimes we try to go, you know um down the line trying to figure out, what you have done, and what could you have done differently. It's sad, but sometimes, if you just see it's not working, it's always good for you to let the other person know, hey, I really don't see our relationship going anywhere, or this is not something I want anymore, just to be honest. But some people, they don't do that. You find out they cheated on you, or they're telling people they're not even with you anymore. It could be hurtful, especially when it goes down that route, because they would make that person feel like there's something wrong with them, the reason why they didn't do that. And a lot of times it could be certain things that we have done or haven't, but you don't realize that is the biggest blessing in disguise, because that, certain things has transpired in our lives where you're left out in the cold. And at times, I know it's bad to be telling people this on, Valentine's Day, but, I was just like, let me go ahead and do these videos, because a lot of times, there's people that, just went through a breakup, and it can be so depressing. Like, Rosalind, I give him all my heart and soul, and this and this and this and that. And I'm trying to, understand where did it go wrong. A lot of times, like I'll say a lot. If you've been with me for a while, you hear me say it a lot. A lot of times we place lifetime expectations on seasonal people. There's a lot of times where it's even with friends. Sometimes they're only supposed to be there for a season, and we feel like we can't never see ourselves without being around that person. But things happen the way they happen at times. When they're like, if people abandon you or they reject you, especially if somebody rejects you, they already letting you know, hey, this ain't even gonna work. you know um that's actually a blessing, because that, if you dealing with somebody and they already see that they're not up to no good or whatever like that, That's basically telling you I am gonna waste your time. Or there's some people that come into your life, and as us being Heyokas, heck, even empaths, we get the most daggone Jesus sociopaths, psychopaths. Like they can really be in your life and already got some messed up energy that they got going on, and it's like they'll come up and wreck shop. You could be that person that you can. It feels like you're walking on water. And as soon as they come in your life, you be lucky if you can actually do a clap on, clap off switch. Turn the switches off. They'll drain you dry. And a lot of times you have to be able to go through those things. Just like I tell y'all all the time. I'm so grateful for my past relationship because it taught me a lot of things about myself that I really truly needed to know. It's like when you're going through those things, a lot of times you're stuck in situations when it comes to relationships and you really trying to get the heck up out of it. I hear a lot of people go through that, and it's just like, that when you're placed in situations like this, especially when it comes about the karmic cycle, it's going to let you evaluate your life, where you want to see it go from there. What do you need to heal from? What is the universe needing you to know? uh, you know, the information from the situation that you've been placed in, because they'll be like, when I say they cut all resources off, they cut all resources off because they know if there are certain things that you don't see that you're like, man, let me get the heck up out of this situation. It's too much. It's just too toxic. It's just sucking the life out of me. And you any other time it wouldn't be like if it's a financial situation, everything started getting cut off. Or it was one of these girls I went to school with. She, I can see it happening because where she was, I was already at, except I wasn't, just doing it, like how some people are when you are connecting with them, they tell all their business on social media. I always say that's a big no. I've done that before back in the day, and I said you won't get me to do that now, because a lot of times, shoot, everybody else dealing with their problems already as it is. Some people out there, they are going through worse problems, really bad problems, and probably sitting back in the cut, mocking and laughing at you. He's like, well, I seen it coming. They couldn't see this and this and this and that. Or people just, downright being ugly and say, girl or dude, I could have told you that wasn't gonna happen or whatever. But everything happened for a reason. Whatever you are lacking in, I guarantee you, universe and God will sit up here and orchestrate stuff that whatever you're lacking in, they about to help you get on that come up. And you don't realize when you're going through these bad situations with folks that you're tied down to through karmic bonds. You can sever that cord just by allowing yourself to heal, go through that time, and at times it's really hard, trust me, I know. But when I allow myself to really see the things that has taken place in myself, it's just like, I when I used to go out and about all the time, guys were like, oh, you want to go on a date, you want to go on a date, even I had females hitting on me, and I'm just like, I'm cool, ain't nothing against you, but I'm doing me right now. I'm not trying to get into no, into anything, pretty much. And it wasn't like I put a wall up, but it's just like, thank God, with the gifts I have, I already see this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. I've tried it, and it was just like, let me go ahead and give this a chance. I'm like, or like, no, can't do it. But it allowed me to really see my worth. Allow me to know that no person will ever be up in my life disrespecting me. Okay, I'm not gonna allow that. I'm not gonna deal with it. And before, I used to be able to, I would take that ill too many times. You know what I'm saying? Press my self-respect, my love for myself, my happiness aside just to please somebody else. I won't ever do that again. I won't ever do that. I didn't have that blessing of father, father being in my life. Even though my biological father, he was there in the cut. He couldn't really be there the way he wanted to. He couldn't really talk the way he wanted to. But the way my dad was, it was like, he would have been strict. I know that, because he's a guy and he knows what he's done. And you're like, oh, heck no, because it was like, even after he passed, if he see me looking at somebody that's in that type of industry, he'll yell real quick, no musicians. And I'm just like, oh, dang, I'm just looking. He was like, you don't even need to be looking. And I was just like, well, God dog, okay. It was just like that. But it was, I really feel like I'm blessed to be in a situation I am, because a lot of times we get hurt because we're rejected. We, and then it's just that, the person will end up blocking you, like, hey, what did I do? I thought we were having a good time, all this and this and that. We were connecting, we were messing. I mean, not messing, but meshing. You mesh well. All these things. What happened? And it's just like, universe has something better in store for you. So if you're going through that rocky road right now of trying to heal from a toxic relationship or a really bad dark relationship, abusive relationship, you know what you have been through. I mean, I've been in, emotional, relationships before where it got physical, you know, and I was just like, no. Even when that person constantly like try to friend request me, I was like, oh hell no, no, I don't no telling what the heck wrong. I never thought I would ever get in a situation like that, but I ended up being in one. And it was like, thank God I was able to walk away, because not all women, or even all men, because men get in situations like that too, where the women are abusive. You don't hear it as much because, a lot of men don't say that. I don't know what it is, but my opinion is like, because you would feel like, you know, um, you're supposed to be the man. Nobody should be able to overtower you like that. But, some men do speak up and talk about they've been through stuff like that, but there's a lot of times that they don't. So it's just like, I don't want to always put this on men. I mean, it can happen in same sex, relationships. It happens a lot. I've seen it, you know, with people that are close to me when it came to men, because it was just like, I know one of my best friends, they used to always come back and tell me about the relationship. It was very hard, and it was just like, trying to give them the best advice I could. And even with, females, they were dating other females. I mean, it gets bad because, they're both females. So it's like, when you're allowing yourself to get in these situations, well, not allowing yourself, but you're guided towards that, because everybody in your life you have picked. And a lot of times I'm looking like, what the hell was I thinking? I get those type of looks, because it's even, they even say, I know I seen a post the other day. No, it was a couple of months ago, but it's always stuck in my head. And they always said, well, my grandmother used to always tell me, it's easy to get over somebody if you don't see them. But when you're still sitting there in their face and you're looking at them and you can see that smile and you can still say that you don't want them, that lets you know you are emotionally and mentally done with that person. That lets you know, because if they're not in your face, it's like out of face, out of mind. How do you say, out of sight, out of mind? So it's just like, a lot of times we go through these things. There was a lot of people I've connected with, they're going through a lot of different things, like, their boyfriend has broke up with them, or their girlfriend has. And I always tell them, when they break up with them, and you gave them all that they had, they just cheated themselves out of loyalty. But just don't allow yourself, when he or she has done you any kind of way and they try to come back, don't allow them to come back. Let it be Fort Knox. Once you in, you in. But when you out, you out. You can't come back. You can't come back. And I always tell my kids that if somebody break up with you, or it just don't work out, and it's like, they just disowned you or whatever, didn't want to, because I always tell anybody, if somebody really loves you and they can go a whole 24 hours without either calling or texting you and seeing how or they act really offish when they do, that means it's not serious to them, because they're on your mind 125%, but they'll probably, think about you like 20%. So it's just a lot of times that esteem, or you have a lack of love for yourself, ourselves, and you shouldn't do that. That's like cheating you out of, your self-esteem, or even your self-respect, just to keep somebody around, because, real people that care about you, they won't ask you to do that, you know. So it's just like, a lot of times you do things and it's just like, and I can look and I said, I dodged all type of bullets. I did. And I said, I'm glad I went through this, because there ain't nobody will ever do me like that ever again. And I just, I tell people, don't ever wish that you weren't in certain relationships, because that's what you wanted at the time. But then if it's something very toxic, you had to go through that. You had to learn, just how to learn how that person's mannerism is. See the red flags that's coming up. So next time, when you deal with somebody and they come out with them same traits, you can already end that mess before it even started. Like, oh no. People are like, why are you so quick to dismiss me? Because I already feel like these are the same vibes. I don't forgot about this, forgot about certain things, because I let it go. But if you starting to do things that's gonna bring back that memory, I already know it's got to go. It's got to go, because you don't realize anytime that you have allowed somebody to walk up out of your life, or they walked out of their lives for you, that was the best blessing they could have ever gave you, because that gives you that reason to know that there's something better towards the next relationship, because you never know, that could be your ultimate blessing right there, to have a life partner. You're going to have somebody love you just the way you push out love. Now that's a beautiful thing, because just think about all the love that you've been giving that wrong person. Just think about how good it's going to feel when you get that person that feels the same way you do. They're tired of going around and dealing with people that play games. They really want somebody to be serious. They want somebody to love you, want somebody to love them like they love themselves. You're gonna find that. You're gonna find that, but you had to be able to go through those dark times of the toxic, experiences, for you to be able to heal from them things, allow yourself to know nobody will ever do that. And it's not like you're putting walls up where you shouldn't. I don't put any walls up, but I already know I got that gift of gab, like, oh, I already know this is about to be some mess. So just because of the energy that they try to, they give off, and that's a blessing of God. I think that so much. Like, you gave me that blessing. Like, I feel vibes, and I'm just like, if I feel like you hiding something from me, I'm good. I don't need that, because it's like I already know it's gonna skeet out after about 2 or 3 weeks. But it's like, allow yourself to know anytime, relationships. Either it could be, a friend, when they start ignoring you. I felt that so many times, and I'll tell people, I'm like, hey, it's like, you don't, we had a routine going, especially if it's like, a friend girl, that's what they call it here in the South. you know um it's like, we can be hanging and talking, every day, and all of a sudden them calls stop, they start slowing down, where they're like, oh, I got to do this, oh, I got to do that, got every excuse in the book where they don't want to have contact with you. Don't get mad, because they already letting you know what their true intentions was. Because when they start coming up with all those, excuses and stuff like that, and things start switching up, you ain't got to get mad, don't even get upset, but it's just allowing you to orchestrate the, back up, because it was like people would tell me, oh, I don't feel like talking right now, I'm about to go to sleep. Oh, okay, well, go ahead and do you. Don't argue about it. But I already said it at one time. I'm not going to repeat myself. I don't like being redundant, because it's like making me, my mom always said, well, if I got to keep repeating myself like you remedial, that's a problem. So I'm not about to do that. I already seen what my intentions were. Like, hey, I can read vibes that I'm good. So it's just like, when those things happen, and then, you're like, oh, I'm about to go to sleep. And then 10 minutes later, oh, well, what you doing? Call me. No, I'm busy. I'm doing something. I'm not about to stop what I'm doing because you want to decide that you want to talk to me now. No. I said, if I want to talk to you, I'll hit you up. But, I already seen how that was going to go. And I used to allow myself to, switch up, because it made them feel like, oh, she really desperate to have somebody in her life. Hell, even my mom's ex-husband tried to do that to me recently. Oh, she doesn't have her father. He's passed away. But, she always wanted a family. So let me play her to the left. I'm like, dude, I will sit up here and, make up a daddy before I sit up here and take the one that I can't even stand to be up in my life, not even breathe the same air I'm breathing. I will sit up here and have me a daggone teddy bear in here and call it daddy, and that'll be the best kind of thing I'm gonna have, because I'm not going back. It's just like, I'm not like time. I don't sit up here and spring forward and fall back, because I'm gonna keep springing forward. There ain't no reason for me to keep going back, and just do my thing. And it's just like, when I see the situation in my path where it's been taking me, we all go through some dark times throughout our life, and it can really hurt like heck when you constantly going through things like that. But I'm telling you, it's just like, now, when I take a lot of time to myself just to get my mind right, and just allow myself to see what is taking place in my life, and at times, I go through my different emotions. I get angry at times, I get really emotional, because I'm still trying to deal with grief, you know, um, with losing my dad and stuff like that. And, even though I didn't lose him, it just transitioned, because I still talk to him every day, but when you're going through a lot, it allows you to just to be able to see where you want to take your life, what steps you need to take, ask your, being open and transparent to what the universe is trying to have take place in your life. You're allowing them to guide you, because a lot of times when you've gone through so many bad things in your life, and it's like, it's hard for you to really trust people. You don't want to be like so closed off, or whatever, but you have to give that self time. I feel that even when people I connect with, I truly get it. I understand, because I'm like that to a certain extent too. But I guess with me being the way I am, I'm open, telling people about my experiences, allowing myself to get that growth and that knowledge and wisdom along the way, and being able to share it with y'all, because I know we're all going through those things. We're heading towards the ladder. You're trying to get up, trying to find out salvation towards everything in your life, because you've been through so much hell. It's just like, you feel like, I've been nice to people, or I've been good, or I push out energy, positive energy, and all I get is crap back. And you don't realize when you get that crap back, and you've done things, in your good, in a good spirit, these things are really basically, strengthening you. These are the things that you had to endure for you to be able to become strong. So I mean, a lot of time I get aggravated as hell, because it's like, the old Roslynn keeps trying to come back, and I'm like, nah, you need to be, we laid you to rest. You've been through a lot, you experienced a lot, and you're no longer needed. You've been very wounded, and this is not, you know not you already had your place in time. Now it's time for the new Rosalind to come out. And I always appreciate what the old Rosalind went through, but it's that time that she's been laid to rest. This is new improved me. I go through things at a time, but I'm allowing myself to breathe through it, allow myself to really deal with it, not running, just coming to terms with it, because everything has a reason for happening. You have a purpose behind the pain that you carry. You have to be able to go through those things. People ask me, Rosalind, how we got to feel all the ugliness in the world, why we got to do this. If you came here on this earth for a purpose, just to make this world right, you can't help somebody if you haven't endured yourself. You ain't gonna, if you have never felt neglection, how are you gonna help somebody else to make it feel like they need that attention and love? If you never been abused in certain kind of ways, how are you going to be able to stand up for that other person if you never felt these things? And we have to feel the most ugliness and darkest things in the world for you to be abused, neglected, you know, um, just abandoned, all these different dark things. Because when you're going off in life and you're trying to save the world, you don't know what kind of positive effect you can have on somebody just because you took that time out for them, because you knew what that felt like when you endured it. There's people I talk to a lot, and they need that, the words of encouragement, a word of love. And I tell them, you got this fire in you. And it's like, I feel it a lot of times with y'all, and we're all going through that time of, really trying to find yourself, trying to understand yourself at a deeper sense. And you had to be able to endure all these things for you to be able to find it. You can't just find it if you never, you haven't never, went through these dark things. You wouldn't be able to know that, because you had to go on that, you know, uh, spiritual awakening of some kind of trauma. It had to really take place in your life, because a lot of y'all have seen so much, and you're not trying to voice out the things that you went through, you know, but you know what it felt like, and you want to be the advocate for that situation, for you to be able to help other people, and that's the reason why we had to endure these things. And when you go through all these different relationships, and they've emotionally, mentally, physically, sexually scarred you in some kind of way, you had to be able to learn, not cutting yourself off because you're blocking yourself from blessings that, even though you went through this, you had to learn, you had to heal. A lot of time I hear people like, Rosalind, I want to find a lover, or Rosalind, I want to find a companion. But this is the time when you're shut off from everything in the world, or you're trying to date and it's just, just not falling out right, or whatever. Those are the times the universe is saying, yes, we understand you want these things. We want these things for you as well. But we need you to sit back and heal yourself where it needs to be healed. Because when we get this gift of blessings to you to bring that partner in the world, to your world, for that, we want to make sure you don't have any old ties that tapped off to anybody that really has messed you up, because then when we bring this life life partner that we're trying to bring in your life, you're going to end up messing up just because you were holding on to things that was, just meant for you to endure and just part ways with. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content in this video. I'm not trying to mess up nobody's Valentine's Day, but it was just like, which videos y'all need me to shed light on? To be like, hey, we need y'all. Like, it's Valentine's Day. It's like, it don't matter. Not everybody has a Valentine. I can be my own Valentine. It doesn't matter to me. But a lot of people, feel that way. Like, oh, I wish I had me somebody to go with or whatever. It's all about how you feel about yourself. So, but I hope y'all had uh a beautiful week and have a beautiful weekend as well. You know, um, like and subscribe, drop a line. I would love the chance to hear from you. Thank you for the support. Give me a thumbs up, share, hit that notification button, subscribe. If you want to get in touch with me, not here, but you can find me on Facebook Messenger. You can get in touch with me there. And please, I've been having to tell people this, and it's like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I have boundaries. I have myself, boundaries. I help people at a drop of a dime. If I can help, I'll assist. But please, as a respect for me, and this doesn't have anything to do with anybody overseas, because I know I deal with a lot of different people, and their hours are like 8-9 hour difference, so I don't really say nothing to them because it could be 1 o'clock in the afternoon here and it's probably about 12 o'clock at night there. So I understand that, I get that. But if it's for my people in the US, please respect myself time. I have my me time. And it's like, don't text me before 10 o'clock in the morning, and that is Monday through Sunday. Just because of that, the weekend, I don't party hard, I don't be, clubbing, I don't do that. I do myself. So please do not text me before 10 o'clock in the morning or 10:30 at night. What is the specific standard time? I'm here in Georgia. So, I would love to speak to y'all. I can see if it's that dire need where you feel like you're about to end your life or something like that, or somebody's trying to hurt you and you feel like you need to talk to me. That's the only kind of excuse I need to hear, that's going on for you to be hitting me up after 10:30. I said, other than that, I hate being like that, but I had to really, get on my boundaries, because I used to always let people, they were disrespecting my boundaries. So I had to make sure I put that up, and I'm being very serious about it. I don't mind helping. I tell anybody, hey, if you need to get in touch with me, just look me up under my name, and I'll help you out the best way I can. But it's just like, I can't help you if I'm not recharged myself. So I always give y'all, hey, hit me up in between these times, but before 10 o'clock in the morning and 10:30 at night, I shut everything down. So, so I can go ahead and recharge after a crazy day. So, like I said, you can find me up under, Facebook, hit me up, let me know you connect with me here and what things you need help with on your spiritual, path. And I'll try my best to help you out as much as I can. I hope you have a blessed weekend, being safe with everything you do. Know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And make sure you give out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity words, vibes, and frequencies. You never know, all those things can really take somebody a long way. And I pray that everything you're trying to bring into your reality comes 100 times more than what you asked for, and it comes way sooner than you expected. And I'll see you in my next video. Much love. Peace.